Do not launch an AI agent like a light switch. Roll it out in stages. Production access should expand only when the evidence supports it. A lot of AI agent projects fail at the handoff from demo to production. The demo works. The sandbox looks promising. The agent handles a few test cases. Everyone gets excited. Then someone says, great, let's turn it on. That is where things get risky, because production is not just more examples. Production has timing pressure, incomplete data, weird edge cases, different users, unexpected tool failures, policy exceptions, and real consequences. So the question is not, does the agent work? The question is, how do we introduce it without creating unnecessary risk? In this video, I want to show you a staged rollout model for AI. Agents start narrow, measure behavior, keep rollback ready, and expand only when the workflow proves itself. The first rollout stage is one workflow, not every process, not every department, not every tool, one workflow. Pick a workflow with clear inputs, clear outputs, and clear human ownership. For example, vulnerability triage for one scanner source, or support ticket summarization for one queue, or internal report drafting for one team. The goal is to reduce variables. If the agent touches 5 workflows at once, you will not know what broke. If it touches one workflow, feedback is easier to understand. You can see where it helps, where it fails, where the policy is unclear, where the data is messy, and where humans still need control. Narrow rollout is not slow. It is how you learn without making the blast radius huge. The second stage is one low risk action. Even inside one workflow, do not give the agent every permission at once. Choose one action that is useful, narrow, reversible, and easy to audit. For example, add an internal note, draft a ticket update, apply a needs review label, create a suggested summary, generate an evidence checklist, route a case to a review queue. Avoid starting with high impact actions. Do not start with closing tickets. Do not start with changing severity. Do not start with external communication. Do not start with production rights that are hard to reverse. The first production action should prove the agent can create value safely. Useful enough to matter, limited enough to control. The third stage is one team or user group. Production behavior depends on people. Different teams have different standards, different naming conventions, different tolerance for automation, different review habits, different edge cases. So do not roll the agent out to everyone at once. Start with a team that understands the workflow and is willing to give feedback. Make expectations clear, what the agent can do, what it cannot do, where humans approve, where humans override, how to report issues, how to stop the rollout. The first group is not just using the agent. They are helping validate the operating model. The fourth stage is approval-gated production. This is where the agent is operating on real inputs, but high impact actions still require approval. The agent can prepare the work, it can gather evidence, it can draft the update, it can recommend a decision, it can show the diff, but a human approves before the action becomes official. This gives you production learning without full autonomy. You can measure the approval rate, edit rate, reject rate, override reasons, missing evidence, policy exceptions, and tool errors. Approval-gated production is where you learn whether the agent is actually reliable under real conditions. Not perfect. Reliable enough to expand carefully. The fifth stage is limited autonomy. This does not mean the agent gets unlimited permission. It means a narrow class of low-risk actions can happen automatically. For example, the agent may add internal notes without approval, or tag low-risk findings, or create draft tasks, or summarize tickets, or road cases when confidence is high and policy is clear. Limited autonomy should have boundaries, confidence threshold, allowed action type, allowed systems, allowed data scope, allowed time window, maximum volume, audit logging, sampling review, automatic fallback when confidence is low. Autonomy should be earned by a specific action not granted to the whole agent. The agent does not become trusted in general. A workflow slice becomes trusted under known conditions. Every rollout needs stop conditions. Do not wait until people are frustrated to decide what counts as failure. Define stop conditions up front. Override rate too high, reject rate too high, tool error spike, policy violations appear, sensitive data exposure risk appears, latency becomes unacceptable. Humans stop trusting the output. The agent tries to use block tools. Audit logs are incomplete. Any high impact mistake occurs. You also need rollback. How do you disable the agent? How do you revoke tool access? How do you pause one action but not the whole workflow? How do you restore manual processing? How do you review what happened? A safe rollout is not just how you turn the agent on, it is how you turn it off quickly. During rollout, monitor the workflow like a production system. Track volume, latency, acceptance rate, edit rate, reject rate, override reasons, tool errors, approval queue time, missing evidence, policy exceptions, security events, user feedback, and rollback events. You also want qualitative review. Are humans trusting the agent too much? Are they ignoring approvals? Are they editing the same thing every time? Is the agent creating more work than it saves? Metrics tell you whether to expand, pause, or tighten controls. Without monitoring, you are guessing. With monitoring, rollout becomes a decision system. Here is a cybersecurity example. A vulnerability triage agent has already passed fake data tests, replay, mode, shadow mode, runs. Now you roll it out. Stage 1, only one scanner source. Stage 2, only draft priority recommendations and evidence summaries. Stage 3, only one security team reviews the output. Stage 4 production tickets are real, but severity changes require approval. Stage 5, the agent can automatically add internal notes for low risk informational findings. Stop conditions are defined. If severity override rate exceeds a threshold, pause. If missing evidence appears too often, pause. If the agent tries to close a ticket, block it. If an externally exposed asset is involved, require approval. That is how you move from sandbox to production without pretending the agent is ready for everything. Here is the checklist. Choose one workflow. Choose one low risk action. Choose one team or user group. Define what the agent can do. Define what it cannot do. Keep high impact actions approval gated. Set confidence thresholds. Set volume limits. Set stop conditions. Prepare rollback. Monitor acceptance rate. Monitor edit and reject rates. Monitor tool errors. Review audit logs. Sample autonomous actions. Expand only when the evidence supports it. That is a rollout plan, not just a launch. AI agent rollout should feel controlled, narrow workflow, low risk action, small user group, approval gates, limit autonomy, clear stop conditions, rollback ready. That is how you move from promising demo to useful production system. The goal is not to slow everything down. The goal is to build enough trust to speed up safely. Expand access based on evidence, not excitement. Evidence